All right, what we're working with today is we're going to start dealing with chapter 3. And chapter 3 spends a lot of time talking about parallel lines. And so a parallel lines are lines that do never intersect. And you have the lines here. And this is how you write parallel lines. You would say AB is parallel to CD. The other thing that should be on here and is not is that there should be angles, or there should be triangles or arrows on here depicting that those lines are parallel. So parallel lines never intersect. Parallel planes, it's the same idea. A plane is a flat surface, and so if I think about a box, parallel planes are planes that never intersect. So that would be the left side and the right side of the box. You would also have the top and the bottom of the box be parallel. And so below, this is how you would write it. You would say that plane AHE and GDC are parallel. The next word we have is perpendicular lines. And when things are perpendicular, they form right angles. And so it's lines that intersect and form 4 right angles. So here's the 2 lines. When you see a box here, that shows that it makes a right angle. And if I only have 1 box, it means that all 4 are right angles in there. I don't have to draw 4 boxes. This little upside down T is the symbol for perpendicular. And so if I were to say that these were perpendicular, it would be AC is perpendicular to BD. Perpendicular planes, missing an E there, perpendicular planes are just planes that form right angles. And so the bottom and the side are perpendicular. And so intersecting planes that form right angles are perpendicular. Usually walls are perpendicular because if they weren't, it would form a triangle and things would collapse. And so perpendicular is important because it makes right angles and it makes things sturdy. Our next one is skew lines. Skew lines is a little tricky to understand. A picture is going to help you see it the best. And so skew lines are lines that are non-coplanar and they never intersect, but they also can't be parallel. Okay? And so if you notice, HA is going one direction and then GD is going a totally different direction on a different plane. And so those are skew. If GD slid over, it would be perpendicular, but because it's on a different plane, then it's not perpendicular. They are skew. And this is how you would write them. And you'll have time later to copy down the picture if you need to. All right, a transversal. A transversal is a line that intersects 2 or more lines. And so this line AB, because it's intersecting these other 2 lines, AB is the transversal. Okay, in order to go over our next vocabulary words, we first have to know what interior angles are. Interior angles are the angles that are inside in between the lines. And so this is the space in between the lines. And so my actual interior angles are this angle right here, the second one right here, the third one right here, and then this angle right here. So those are my interior angles because they're inside the 2 lines. In addition to interior angles, we also have to know what exterior angles are. And exterior angles are on the outside. And so I have 4 different exterior angles. I have this angle here's an exterior. Here's another one that's an exterior, the third one, and the fourth one. So exterior angles are on the outside. Now that we know what exterior angles are, we have some special types of angles that deal with exterior and interior. The first one is alternate exterior. Alternate exterior is on the outside and the outside. So they alternate sides of this transversal. Okay, so 1 and 8 are alternate exterior, 2 and 7 are alternate exteriors, and they alternate the sides of that transversal. The next type we have is alternate interior, and it's the same idea. They're going to alternate sides of the transversal, but this time they're inside. So 3 is alternate interior with 6, and 4 is alternate interior with 5. When you're dealing with these types of angles, I think pictures are better than definitions. This is a definition of it, but it's a little wordy and confusing. As long as you understand it's on opposite sides of the line and it jumps down and goes over. All right, the next type of special pair we have is corresponding. When things are corresponding, they're kind of in the same spot. And so there's a lot of them. So 1 is above and to the left, and 5 is above and to the left. So you can kind of see it's color coordinated to show you what's in the same place or the same position. And those are corresponding. And then the last type of angles we have is consecutive interior. Interior means that they're inside, but consecutive means it's one right after the other. And so what this looks like is it's on the same side of the transversal. So I have 3, and then I have 5, and then I have 4, and I have 6. So for this lesson, there's a lot of different types of angles that you have to learn. The best way to learn is to practice them and really just look at the picture. The definition is tricky, but the picture should say 1,000 words and help you out.